opening morning of general firearms or deer season. It's cold as crap. Got my trusty Ruger #1 7mm all ready to go. All I need to do now is see a buck. Oh my goodness. Like I said, now all I need now is to see a buck. And man, this has been one of them mornings where I haven't seen anything. Nothing. A few crows, and that's it. Something. What is that over there? Oh, correction. I now see a deer. It's one single doe. One single doe just quietly feeding. Oh well. Well, at least it's a deer, right? Yeah, at least it's a deer. It's a long ways off too. It's about 300 yards. If her boyfriend would just join her, this fella here will reach out and touch him at that distance with no problem. But her boyfriend's got to show up. Gracious. Cold. This small buck just finally showed up. Still have not heard a shot anywhere. But this buck, this little buck's up here on top of the hill. I don't know if he knows that Whitey and her mom is over here in the direction he's going or not, but he's headed right toward those two does. Whitey and Mom are way over here. They're over here. And he is up there. Good ways apart. That's my brother texting me about what he's seeing from his stand. Yeah, if his big brother or his daddy would show up. We already have the 8-pointer from the muzzleloaders. I and I have that. We already have that one, so we don't really need another buck. So I'll wait on a better one. If a good one comes by, we'll take him. Otherwise, we'll just watch them. They are pretty to watch. It's a little 4-point buck. He just went back to the woods. Whitey and Mom, of course, are still out feeding away. They like being out in these fields. That little buck, he acted kind of nervous about the whole deal. It's Saturday. Almost 3 hours into the opening day of the general firearms or rifle season for deer. I have not heard the first shot, not even from the gun club over here. Not even anybody over there target shooting. I mean, it's colder than it's cold than Pete earned it, but that's good. Should be good for deer movement. And what have I seen? I've seen one doe over here and Whitey and Mom, the two of them up here, and that little 4-point buck. It just came out and lollygagged around for just a minute and left. That's all I'm seeing. But it's weird. I mean, not a shot anywhere. Just silence. Highly unusual. The little buck is back. Where is he? Yep. That's the doe. It just ran down through there. Well, where's that darn buck at? Where they at? They're right. The does are coming here. That's Whitey and Mom. They're right here. And they're trying to get away. From that fellow right there. That's a little buck. They don't want any part of him. They're right here at the Quigley. They're right here. Well, that little fella. Is up there. Oh, I got a feeling he'll be down here. Those two does didn't want anything to do with it. Let's keep an eye on it and see what happens. Lordy, gracious day. It's out here early morning, well before sunup. It's cold. Again, 20 degrees. Got little hand warmers in my mittens too. I cheat these days. I don't know if you call it cheating or just getting smarter. I don't know. Years ago, I was a young guy. I thought you had to be in the woods, an hour before daylight. Back, way back then, they really didn't have a lot of really good warm clothes, and if they did, I couldn't have afforded them anyway. Oh, anyway, I get out there in the woods the hour before daylight, and my God, and then I didn't hunt on the move, I hadn't learned how to still hunt, and I stand hunt, just not in tree stand, just go up and find you a place, stand by a tree or sit on a stump or something. They called it stand hunting or stump sitting. Anyway, my God, by the time it got daylight, I was froze. I was standing out there doing jumping jacks. Everything in the world just to try to warm up a little bit. And the theory was back then, you go in an hour before daylight and you let the woods kind of settle down before you get in there. Yeah, the woods may have settled down, but you did. You freezing your rear end off, so you took everything you could try to warm up. Oh, it was cold. Yeah. So today, I've learned to use mittens instead of gloves. I got hand warmers in here. And of course you got, you goose down vest and you Berber jackets and all that kind of stuff, and Gore-Tex. People today that's always had access to that stuff don't know how lucky they are to have all that stuff. The good old days, which they were great in a lot of ways, much better than today, in some respects, but in others they weren't. The ability to stay warm and dry is much greater today than it was back then. And in most instances, as far as the deer goes, whitetail in particular, there's more game today than there was then, so there's good and bad in the old days and good and bad in the nowadays. If I could sit down and take from one and add to the other, one period would be great and the other would just be horrible. Probably a good thing I can't control things like that. Anyway, I'm out here very early. The sowing period only starts somewhere around 8 o'clock, I think, but sun has not even hit the top of the the big ridge up here. And once it does, it'll take it an hour and 20 or so minutes to get down here to Quigley. Sky is quite light back here in the east, but sun is a good long ways from hitting the Quigley and still a ways from hitting the mountaintop up here. So I think we'll just sit back and have a swig of coffee and see what happens here in these fields. Little Whitey and her mom just stepped out into the south field over there. I swear those two, they spend an enormous amount of time in these fields. I mean, they're perfectly at home being out here in the wide open. They're there an enormous amount of time. The sun is creeping closer to the Quigley. Behind a little bit of a cloud cover over there. Hopefully that little bit of cloud cover will dissipate because the sun is not real bright. But it, boy, it takes it forever to creep down that mountain here to the Quigley. I mean, on a cold, cold morning like this, 20 degrees, you know that when the sun gets here on the Quigley, shining through these windows, it's going to help warm the place up a little bit. But Lordy, waiting for it to get here, it seems like it gets colder every minute. Closer the sun gets, colder it gets. I could turn on the stove, I reckon, but for whatever reason I didn't. Just keep watching. Gracious, gracious, gracious. Oh, it's been cold the last several days. Come out here to Quigley for about 20 degrees every morning. Not this morning. Oh no. It's colder than 20 degrees. I mean, it's cold. It's cold. I don't really know what the temperature is, but it's well below 20 degrees. And it's cold. Gosh almighty, it's cold. Anyway, when I come out here to open the door to the Quigley this morning, smell would knock you down. Evidently, I left my little stove on. I had it on real low. Because you get it, you know how propane is. If you get it too hot, it creates a little bit of moisture and it kind of fog up your window. So you can turn it up where it kind of takes the chill off, makes it a whole lot more comfortable. But anyway, when I left here yesterday, I guess I left the stove on. And it was Sunday, so, and I only hunted a little bit in the morning, and because among other things, we have Bible study here at the house Sunday evening, and several folks come over for that, and so I just hunted a little bit in the morning, and evidently I left that stove on, and it ran out. I reckon it ran out. Gosh almighty. The gas smell would knock you down. And in just a minute, you have a splitting headache from it. Man, I opened all the windows and the door and stood outside for 30 minutes. Cold as day going, and I was standing outside with all the doors and windows open on the Quigley. Great day in the morning. Anyway, I reckon I finally got enough fumes out of here And I had you have a 5-gallon tank out here that I might run the stove on, but I had a 1-pound canister just in case that thing ran out. So, well, it ran out, so I got the 1-pounder on right now, and the sun has just started to hit the quickly. That'll warm it up. Clean little stove going, and the sun it'll warm up quite a bit. But whew, it needs to. I had on extra clothes. I put on more clothes, heavier boots, pants, everything. Thank goodness I did. Oh, that still wasn't enough. But rest assured, I got more. More warm clothes in the closet, and I think I'm going to be digging some of it out. Oh my. The only thing I've seen deer-wise this morning, of course, is Whitey and Mom. I mean, those two little does are here all the time. I mean, they've pretty much made circles around from field to field to field, kind of circling quickly. There's something else. They like grass and clover and stuff, I reckon. And they're out here an awful lot. I think they're out here in the fields more often than they're out back in the woods somewhere. They're here a lot. And Whitey's mom, if another doe comes in the field or something, then she'll chase them off. She's a cranky old woman. She'll run another doe off, and never see her have anything to do with a buck. A buck comes around, she runs, takes off like a banshee, and a little while later she'll come out somewhere else and put the slip on the old buck, I guess. I don't know. But those two, they're out here all the time. Anyway, boy, that sun is starting to, oh my goodness, you turn your face up there, you can feel the warmth of that sun coming through that window. Oh gosh, that feels good. Oh my. I'm glad this super cold spell didn't hit us last week when we was up in the mountains. Lord have mercy. That'd been bad. There was a time that I just took it right on in stride, but oh goodness, as cold as it is, I'm glad I'm here in the Quigley. I am glad I'm here in the Quigley. I love hunting the big mountains, but still hunting and slipping around through the woods in big mountains. That's my favorite way to hunt. My goodness. Sitting here hunting out of the Quigleys gets more enjoyable every year. That good-looking woman of mine says it's because I'm getting older. Do you reckon? Lord mercy. Being nearly 80 years old, I don't think it's got anything to do with it, but she said, you know you're 80 years old, you ain't 30 anymore. Party pooper. But anyway. There's Mike Buck right there. Just chased off Whitey and her mom. At least he's a buck. He ain't much of one, but he's a buck. Whitey and Mom were standing right here in front of the Quigley. I was just looking at him, boy, and all of a sudden, he wheeled and took off like a rocket. So what in the world? Looked up and that little Dickens right there stepped out. He thinks he's something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got you. I see you up there. Trying to figure out what them does are all about, ain't you? Whitey and Mom never seem to want to be with another dozebuck or anything else. Where did he go? He's not sure what he wants to do. He is not following Whitey and Mom. He's still on the lookout or something. Maybe there might be a better buck around the area here somewhere. Good Lord. Here it is. Yet another cold morning. And this is Wednesday, I guess. Rifle season been open since Saturday. I hadn't seen anything that I wouldn't take a shot at. Udos, spike, 4-pointer. Haven't seen anything. This early in the season that I want to go ahead and shoot at, because I've still got a week and a half of regular rifle and nearly 3 weeks of muzzleloader coming up, plus ripping archery if you want to do that. I mean, plenty of that coming up, but I won't be doing any archery hunting. Tore the daggum rotor blades. Just loved archery hunting. Just can't pull a bow back with those torn rotor cut. Cause you know why? It was the bows that tore the rotor cut in the first place. Oh goodness. Goodness gracious in the morning. Cold. Get here and drink my coffee.